Hello and a very good evening to you. Welcome along to our Tampines Hub for football from match week 12 of the 2023 Singapore Premier League season. And we are here for this clash between high-flying Tampines Rovers and a young Lions side in real need of some positivity and points. This is one of two fixtures taking place tonight, with the other happening at Bishan Stadium as Balasikhalsa hosts Brunei DPMM. We will have updates from that as we get them. Tomorrow's fixtures involve our match of the week, and that is between the Lions City Sailors and current league leaders Albirex Niigata. Coverage of that begins from 5:30 p.m. with Colette Wong and Shashi Kumar in the studio with a build-up ahead of kickoff. The other game tomorrow is between Geylang International and Tanjong Pagar United. Here's a look at the standings and what's at stake for these two sides at our Tampines Hub. A win for the home side will see them go top of the table ahead of Albirex Niigata, while a draw keeps them in second on goal difference. The Young Lions have an opportunity to move off the foot of the table and leapfrog Hougang United if they emerge victorious this evening. That will be a real boost for them. So that's the story ahead of this one. Let's listen in to what the coaches had to say in our pre-match interviews.
Hi Gavin. Tampines could leapfrog Albirex to the top of the league table with a win tonight. Does the constant pressure of chasing the top spot make you better, or is it the other way around?
Yeah, again, we have an approach of one game at a time, really. And so, yeah, the table, we don't focus too much about it. We've got other measurables in that sense. And today it's all about the performance and getting the 3 points. And, you know, like I said at the start, one game at a time.
And Young Lions are coming to this game following a couple of credible draws, so they cannot be taken lightly. How are you approaching this game?
Yeah, definitely. I think Young Lions have shown time and time again that if you take things for granted and if you don't maintain your standards throughout the game, they can hurt you, they can punish you, and that's something that we must be mindful of today, going to this game. And so, yeah, so that will be our challenge, and let's see how we do.
And how are you lining up for this one? Any notable changes from the last game?
No, we're sticking to the same starting 11, although we've got some different intentions this time, but it's the same players on the pitch.
Coach, most of your players are coming back following a challenging campaign at the SEA Games in Cambodia. How is the general feeling in the Young Lions camp?
Well, yeah, we can acknowledge that we don't have a good campaign over there. But having said that, yeah, the boys are actually looking forward for the game today. They are raring to go and actually trying to feel good and perform again.
And SEA Games aside, it's your first game back in the SPL, and like you said, the boys are raring to go. So how important is it to start the ball rolling off strong?
Yeah, I stress to them is just to focus on performance, okay, individually and as a team, okay, yeah, and just to be tight at the back, because we know Tampines has quality players that can hurt us, can win games single-handedly, and then just focus on getting the balls into the attacking third and maybe more entries into the penalty box, hoping to create some scoring chances.
Tampines are a tough opponent, but Young Lions are also coming to this game following a couple of amazing results in the league. Can we expect a similar fight today?
Yeah, like I said, they are raring to go, and the past results show that they have the resilience to fight till the end, and that's what I'm actually hoping to see for this game.
Yeah. All the best for today. Thank you.
So we were just hearing there from Tampines Rovers head coach Gavin Lee, and then Young Lions head coach Fadzu Hasni Juraimi, who takes charge of this side for the first time. With me in the commentary position is former SPL head coach Hide Kamis. Hide, do you remember taking charge of your first SPL match, making your debut in the hot seat? How did that feel?
Yeah, a bit nervous, but at the same time excited as well. I'm sure Fadzu, or the coach Fadzu, excited as well. But of course, you know, at that time I was playing Young Lions, and this time around he's playing a much stronger side against Tampines Rovers. Tampines league, or rather title contenders, and Young Lions at this point of time not in a good mental state, not in a I would say as well, not in a physical state to compete. But then again, you know, when the fixtures comes, you just have to get on with it and try to achieve things that they're supposed to achieve on the pitch.
Yeah, well, just wanted to pick up on what Fadzu Hasni said in that interview. He said they're going to try and be tight at the back. And with a new coach coming in, do you expect to see perhaps a change in style and the approach for this one?
I think maybe a little. I think at the end of the day, the first objective for them now is not to concede, right? You know, you don't want to be in a position again where you're trailing, and then because of that you're losing games, and then you are already not in a good position, and if you lose this game, you're digging the hole deeper, right? And you don't want that to happen. So I would say maybe they're going to be a little less adventurous going forward in terms of the way they defend, and they're going to be a bit more compact, not having more numbers up front whenever they attack. But I would say it's not going to be a total change. I think Young Lions is still I don't really like to use this word, but a developmental side. But they still have to achieve the results. They have to maintain the playing philosophy as well.
Well, here are your match officials. The referee, Clarence Liao Hong Wei, will be assisted by Abdul Hanan and Justin Chow. Fourth official, Farhad Mohammed. And those are your video match officials. The VAR, Shadiq Al Hussein. Assistant VAR will be Lim Kok Heng. It's going to be interesting to see how these two sides get on and what the approach is going to be tactically. First up, the lineup for Tampines Rovers. No changes, as Gavin Lee mentioned in his pre-match interview. I think he's pretty happy with the way things have gone so far, Hide, and with there being such a good rhythm and momentum, why not stick with that formula? You don't want to disrupt it too much, do you?
Yeah, I think this lineup has suited Tampines for this season, with Glenn playing at left back, but essentially he's always moving up, providing the width on the left hand side, and you would have three at the back with Irfan, Choya Yamashita, and also Zlatkovic, which is you're going to have more balance in that sense. And at the same time, you have Faris out wide, his best position, and Joel tucking in to be at that space in between the midfield and also the defense.
This is the starting lineup for the Young Lions. They have made 3 changes since their last league game more than a month ago. Ilhan Noor comes in for Adam Rifty. Rahul Suhaimi also slots into that back line, and he replaces Jacob Mala, who will be moving on to play in Indonesia with Madura United. All the best to him. And the final change sees Elijah Lim coming in for Jordan Imaviwe. Your thoughts on that starting 11, Hide?
Well, in terms of the sides, right, you have a bit of speed and also a bit of penetration with Fairuz, and you have a decent striker in Shahadat as well. Again, the key players are always in the middle with Jun Kobayashi, Jared Gallagher, Aristeo, and also Khan Kobayashi. You have to make sure that these lines between the two departments are always close to one another, especially when you play against Tampines. Kyoga, Ayase, Joel, they love drifting in and out of that space, that pockets of space, and they manage, if Young Lions manages this space really well, and you would have a lot of positives coming out of it. And again, you're going to look for the transitions after that.
I just had a look at the 2 head coaches on the bench. This will be Gavin Lee's 88th match in charge of Tampines Rovers in all competitions since he was officially named as the head coach back in 2020. He was assistant to Jurgen Raab and Kader Yaya prior to that. Although in 2019 he was pretty much the head coach in a sense. It was essentially his team. Kader Yaya was listed as the head coach on paper because he didn't quite have his qualifications yet. But what an impact he's made at Tampines Rovers, and what a coaching career he's had so far. Still very young, and he comes up against Fadzul Hasni Juraimi, who is leading the Young Lions as the head coach for the first time as Singapore under-19, under-20 manager. He's managed various age groups. Former player himself with Home United, Woodlands Wellington, Geylang, and also formerly with Young Lions. He was a striker in his playing days. Do you remember much of him as a player?
Yeah, deadly striker as well. You know, very flamboyant, I would say. Yeah, good left foot, good right foot as well. Pretty much in the box striker, I would say.
Let's see. He's had much of an influence on the attack for the Young Lions in the training sessions that they've had in the build-up to this match. We are underway. Tampines Rovers playing the all-yellow and some black, going from left to right on your screens. Young Lions in the all-red outfits. Tampines coming into this game just a point behind Albirex Niigata. Has the opportunity this evening to go ahead of them, but they need to win. It's been a solid season for the Stags so far. 7 wins, 2 draws, just a 1 defeat from their first 10 matches, although that defeat was perhaps a surprising one against Kalsa here at our Tampines Hub.
Well, it's nice to see Tampines Rovers shoring up the defense, something that they were sorely missing last season, and I think now the squad is more balanced. They have more depth as well, with hungry youngsters.
As Joel Chu, they try and drive into the area with the ball. Horace Stewart. It's a back in midfield. Yase is there to take it off him. And Tampines bounce back from that 3-2 defeat to Balestier. And a comfortable 3-0 victory over Tanjung Pagar United also here at our Tampines Hub. Boris Kopitovic, Kyoga Nakamura and Keegan Pang making his debut, the 17-year-old, getting on the score sheet. It's Kopitovic, early on in behind. That's the opener. Well, he's picked up a knock on his way through, but he'll be a lot happier about that once he sees that it's ended up in the back of the net. A great start for Tampines, an early lead here.
Oh, fantastic start from Tampines. Pretty unorthodox, I would say. Again, Joel Chiu making those combination plays. Ball went back straight to him after a lot of confusion. Really unorthodox through pass to Boris Kopitovic. Just the goalkeeper to beat. A lot of bodies going down.
But it's good officiating as well. You saw Yase actually go down and the referee decided to play the advantage. There's a bit of concern here because he's taken a knock, Boris Kopitovic, but I'm sure he'll be okay to continue. That is his 9th goal of the season, by the way. And the way he just snuck in between Jun Kobayashi and Fairuz Fazli, like they weren't even there physically. It was just too strong for them.
Yeah, you have a striker who can sniff goals and always in good spaces. And the supporting cast with Yase, with Joel. In this instance, you can see it again, the combination play between Yase and Joel Chiu. I mean, Joel Chiu knows exactly what he wanted to do. Just scoop the ball to the running path of Boris. One touch. 9th goal of the season.
9th goal of the season for Boris Kopitovic. The 4th assist of the campaign for Joel Chiu. Lovely play. Very smart with how he flicked that in behind for Kopitovic. That is now his 69th SPL goal in 74 SPL matches. His 79th career goal in his 92nd appearance for Tampines Rovers. That 92nd appearance means this is now the club he's played for the most in his career. It's Glenn Quay, crucial touch. Possession still with the away side. That's Kopitovic. He turned. Looking to search forward again. Faris Ramli. It's pulled away down the right. It's got Kopitovic in the box. Easily passed round to Jaime. Nakamura. Irfan Najib. There's Shah. Coming back into the side recently, having served a suspension for an off-the-ball incident with Hougang Brian Ferreira. There's Nakamura. Looking for Glenn Quay. He starts out at left back, but he's always invited to push on forward, and that means the likes of Zlatkovic and Yamashita just have to sort of shift across. Is that a potential area of weakness, or have Tampines structurally found a way to make sure that they aren't necessarily weakened in that part of the pitch?
I mean, in a normal attack, usually you would have also fullbacks bombing forward, and you would have a 3-2 or 3-1 defense and also midfield to just balance it out. But again, if you have, if you are Young Lions, you have speed on the right hand side, you have a good right winger. Definitely, you want to take that into consideration and make your game plan to penetrate the left side of Tampines. And of course, Glenn is not a natural defender, so he coming back will be a little slow, and 1v1 situations is not that good as well in terms of defending. Something to look at for Young Lions.
That's Kan Kobayashi into Shahadat, first time. Gets the ball out onto the right, shots fired in, and a simple enough save for Shazwan at the near post.
And again, he came from the left hand side where Glenn has vacated that position. And first touch out to Fairuz, or rather Ilhan Noor, finding himself bombing forward at this point in time.
Ilhan Noor at the moment playing just ahead of Fairuz Fazli. He seems to be slotting in at right back. And Shah. Shuya Yamashita. There's Irfan. It's back to Shazwan. Zlatkovic. It's been a very solid signing for Tampines Rovers, forming a good partnership with Yamashita in central defence, but also having to perform that role defensively down the left-hand side, trying to cover those spaces as Glenn Quay pushes forward.
Definitely a good signing from Tampines Rovers. He's a left-footed centre-back, and you don't really get a lot of those, and that's exactly what Tampines Rovers needs, knowing that Glenn would be not spending his time on left-hand side of Zatkovic.
That's Ilhan, very familiar with the playing surface here at our Tampines Hub, being played for Geylang International. Well, Tampines Rovers haven't lost to the Young Lions in 13 meetings. In fact, the last time the Young Lions actually defeated Tampines was on the 1st of August 2018. A 2-1 win for them on that occasion, with Iksan Fandi and Irfan Fandi both scoring goals to get them the win. And guess who their coach was back then?
Fandi Ahmad.
That's right. That, by the way, the only defeat for Tampines in their last 23 fixtures against Young Lions. Well, it's been one side that's been the dominant one. And that is the team playing in yellow and black. Zlatkovic. Now to Faris. It's the run on the underlap from Yasser Hanapi. Fandi Ahmad doing pretty well in Malaysian football.
Yeah, I think, through Pahang, good results, not a lot of losses as well, and a good identity to their play.
The attack just been broken up. A combination of Gallagher and Stewart. And Kobayashi is to go back to Kiran Teo. An intelligent ball out wide, just to take it away from the pressure. Here is Fairoz. Well, the Young Lions have had a tough time of it this season. This one their first match in the league since the 15th of April. Most of the players away for the SEA Games in Cambodia, and that was a campaign that was a real challenge for them. Singapore under-22 side exiting from the group stage without a win. One draw against Laos and 3 defeats to Thailand, Vietnam and Malaysia. 7-0 dropping at the hands of their causeway rivals, especially damning. As the Young Lions in the SPL, though, unbeaten in the last 2 league games. Picked up draws against DPMM and then Lion City Sailors before taking a break from league action.
I think international level, the pace is different, the intensity is different as well. Even though it's an under-23 game, the stakes are so high, especially when you're in SEA Games. And unlucky for Singapore, they were in a really tough group as well.
Shah quickly on to Chu. It's Glenn Quay, the support down the left. With Joel Chu moving in field, does leave space down the left for Glenn Quay to go and try and push into. Zlatkovic being invited to move forward with the ball. Just being patient with it, Tampines Rovers, and it's something we've seen from them this season. Never in a hurry, especially when they've taken the lead. They're quite happy to just try and manage the game. Take the time to find those openings. Nakamura. The idea of Fairoz is just going to try and let it run out for a goal kick, succeeds in doing so. Just going back to the SEA Games, might as well, Hide. And I think really anyone who has followed football in the region closely it wouldn't have been surprised the fact that I think Singapore under-22 side were outplayed in those matches, and the results, and perhaps the 7-0 against Malaysia was pretty brutal, but when you look at the quality of the play overall, and I think that's where the real concern is in terms of the development that's gone on previously and the kind of players that are being produced now. He's being left behind in a sense. And you have to wonder, it's all well and good looking ahead to the future and looking ahead to the longer term, but what do they do with this current generation of players?
You have to make the best out of everything. And at the end of the day, you can have that short-term solution where you attract foreign talent or you naturalize the foreigners who are in this league at this point of time. And that's a short-term solution, but then again, you still have to build that pipeline, I would say, to have these younger players to develop the best that they can, to give them the platform to compete as well, to have a good competition for them to develop within the youth leagues, and just wait it out, work hard, and within the next 5-10 years see the next generation or next few generations of players coming up with better quality as well.
Well, they've got that deficit to overcome in this match already, conceding very early on to Boris Kapitovic, scoring his 9th of the season in the 2nd minute of the match. But there's a chance here, if they can turn this around and find a win, they can move ahead of Hougang, who are the only side that the Young Lions have actually beaten. And Kwe with the cross, scoring well out for a goal kick to the Young Lions.
The Young Lions are struggling to defend against the central overloading with Joel tucking in, and then there's a lot of movement up front as well between Yase and Kyoga. So a lot of plays, or a lot of play by Tampines Rovers is being done through that side of the field.
These sides facing off for the 2nd time this season. Tampines having won the first meeting at Jalan Besar, and one finishing 3-0 to the Stags. Taufik Suparno, Faris Ramli and Ong Yuen getting the goals that evening. And in that one as well, Taufik scored very early in the match. A similar sort of pattern in this game. Irfan, there's Shah. He's formed a good partnership in central midfield with Kyoga Nakamura. There's excellent mobility as well. You see the interchanging of positions within the structure that they have.
I think between these two players, you have two players who are equally adept to play at 6 and 8.
Shah into Yase. We'll come back to that. That is easily gathered by Aizil. But yeah, you've got these two players who have interesting profile in terms of how good they are in possession and tactically as well. The understanding is there.
You can see here again the through ball between the two players, Shah and Yase. Yase now making that run, the entry to the penalty box a lot more. And of course you have Shah's technical ability and Kyoga to find a threat that passes through for the runners.
It's easily read by Zlatkovic. Sloppy from Yase. Joel Chews there to get it back to Shazwan. And Tampines as well, the way they set up Hide, you just have a look at the number of yellow shirts they have occupying central positions.
They are so good technically as well. You have 4v3s, they're always outnumbering every single side and zones of the pitch. And always to look at that overloading where the opponents are always being run circles.
It looked initially like a wild challenge, but he managed to connect with the ball, and the last touch coming off Faris. Have a look at this one he did.
Yeah, nothing much Faris could have done. I think good timing as well from Rahul Suhaimi to make that challenge, and in the end gotten the goal kick from it.
It was a very good challenge, really well timed. Just sort of from the way he went in, the way Faris went down, just momentarily I thought he might have been in a little bit of trouble, but good tackle from the young man.
The Young Lions really not having any ideas on how they want to build up. They're just playing the ball up front to Shahadat and not having the ability to hold on to it the moment they lose the ball, they have to defend again.
It's Nakamura. This time just dropping in. Zlatkovic. Almost becomes that back three for Tampines in possession. And you can see those rotations again. Zlatkovic pushing forward. Shah just dropping onto that left. Their fans here will have been pretty pleased by what they've seen from the team this season.
Well, make no mistake, they are title contenders. I feel that they have a solid team, a solid bench as well. Game changers and also a bit of depth in case there are injuries.
Was this something you expected in pre-season, though, that Tampines would be one of the teams challenging for the title?
Yeah, I think it's a development of the teams that they have had, or rather Gavin has had previously. A lot of players now are hungrier. They haven't won anything yet. And I think Gavin works well with younger players as well. And I think this year could be the year that they are going to be up there with Alvarez.
As Faris initially quite a bit of space. His first touch allowing also Jaime to come in and close him down.
And with the seasoned players, with Faris, he's rejuvenated as well. I think with the style that the team is playing.
There's Nakamura. Faris. Get great contact on the pass out wide. That's a good ball in behind for Shahadat to go and chase. I'm not sure that was the right call. Flag had gone up for offside anyway. Perhaps not really the right decision. Cut back inside.
A good breakaway from Young Lions. Played the ball to space. And pretty unfortunate that he was offside. But again, if there wasn't any offside, he would have lost the ball.
And the ball was played in to him by Fairoz Fazli. Just in that situation that popped up on the left. Here he is looking to close down Glenn Quay. Four goals in the last 3 matches for Boris Kopitovic. Getting into that rhythm, a nice real run of goal scoring form. Some exquisite numbers, excellent numbers last season from Kopitovic. There he is, touching it onto Nakamura. Here's Glenn Quay. Neat bit of skill. Once he got on his right foot, no real conviction behind that effort.
And again, he came from that space where it's difficult to defend. You know, you're outnumbering them in those spaces. Young Lions not really sure individually, should I go, should I stay? And if I go, you're vacating that space again for Yase and Nakamura.
It's easily one in the air once more by Zlatkovic. Jolchu to Shah. Irfan. Faris. It's Yamashita. I mean, look at how advanced Tampines' central defenders are. Zlatkovic and Yamashita popping up in the attacking third almost. That's how dominant they've been. Oh, the Young Lions, good counter pressing there by Zlatkovic to win it back. Yasser gets a shot away. Saved by Aizil.
Again, after they lost the ball, good counter pressing. Yasser just back to his left foot. Straight to Aizil, not troubling him too much.
Elijah Lim's given that straight to Joel Chu. Kobayashi is no choice but to concede the corner.
Every game I do watch Young Lions play, I see a lot of Jun Kobayashi, a lot of frustration in him. Just a lot of guiding and a lot of instructing as well that he has to do to his teammates.
Jun Kobayashi and Kan Kobayashi both joining the Young Lions this season from Albrecht Niigata. As their corner is taken short. Chu back to Yasser. It's a waste of a set piece. And you're right about Jun Kobayashi. I mean, on an individual level, you can't have any complaints about him because he has done his job.
Yeah.
And he's young. He's a young man himself, a young defender himself, and having to guide the rest of these younger players along.
I think there was a late challenge. Oof, I think the boots of Yase went through, I think, Fairuz. And I think if you look at the Japanese guys in Young Lions, yeah, they are young players as well. They want to develop. They need to have a platform where they can show what they are capable of. And when you play with your teammates who are the level that Young Lions are at, you are always losing. There's nothing much that you're going to be showing, because at this point of time, of course, they won't be staying at Young Lions for the rest of their careers. They will want to go to bigger leagues, bigger teams in SPL as well. And when you have those kind of results for Young Lions, you're not selling yourself well. You can't really attract other teams to sign you.
Going back to the point you made earlier about the Young Lions really lacking ideas once they have the ball. Kapitovic. Neat work to touch it on to Faris Ramli. Glenn Quay. The cross easily cleared by Jun Kobayashi. There's Elijah Lim. Quick early ball over the top. Zlatkovic, well read. And just too quick for Shahadat.
Expecting a lot from Shahadat up front, with him just alone playing there. And the balls are always two spaces for him to run to.
Zirfan. Shah.
I think collectively it works well for Tampines to be playing Glenn at left back, but individually, if I were Glenn, I don't think I would be too happy with the position I'm playing, because I think as a neutral point of view, he's a good winger, right? He's playing in a position where he has to start the attack at a lower part of the field, where I think he would be better as a right winger. That's, I mean, my personal opinion. And for his development, maybe it would be good for him to understand the defensive aspect of things. But maybe after a season or two, he should be playing at his best position.
Which you feel is on the right-hand side of a front three, perhaps?
Yeah, a front three, right-hand side.
Here's Joel Chu. With pace. Yamashita heads it back in. And that from Irfan Najib. Going to go out for a goal kick.
Joel Chu wanted to look at the shot. Ball fell back to Irfan Najib, a bit too far back in terms of where the ball landed. I think besides the goal from Boris Kapitovic, there wasn't enough quality chances by Tampines as well.
Young Lions with the first pass out short. The second one is given back straight to Tampines Rovers again. Constantly putting themselves under pressure. Jun Kobayashi having to bail them out. That challenge on Joel Chu.
contest there. Definitely a pull from Joel Chu.
He wanted a yellow card. Charles there with the header. Picked up in midfield by Gallagher, but then given away.
Well, it's really disappointing as well to have young Lions be in this situation where you can't really play up for the back, and every time you punt the ball forward, you're gonna lose the ball and then you're gonna start defending again.
That's Kan Kobayashi. Shahadat, really poor first touch under pressure. It has to stick in those moments. His first touch has got to be perfect in there to give his side an opportunity to try and construct an attack.
I think Fatzu was really emphasizing the point where, you know, don't think about the results. Let's think about the performance, the number of attacking entries into the attacking third, and the number of chances you created after you get yourself into that position. But at this point of time, I think the process is not looking good. It's difficult to find themselves in that situation, and for them to get out from the first phase of attacks is already a big task in the last 27 minutes.
Shahadat, the 21-year-old, has never scored in professional football. In his debut with the Young Lions back in 2019, in April of that year, and a 1-0 defeat to Geylang. He was with Tanjung Pagar in 2020, made 3 appearances with them. He was back with the Young Lions. And Stewart, I'm not quite sure what he was thinking with that. That kind of encapsulates the performance from the away side so far.
There was an idea of maybe playing to Shahadat Masnawi, but obviously the ball, the quality of the ball, quality of the pass, the direction of it, and of course the pace of it is totally off. And I think every single bad decision or every bad pass, bad control, young Lions players make, it makes everything worse in terms of you know, trying to maintain the confidence level.
Fun. Eventually finds an option in Faris Ramli. There's coming together there between Nakamura and Harris Stewart. Quite a painful one.
Let's see the replay. Ooh, I think the stats were showing from Harris Stewart.
I think that's the point Nakamura was trying to make. Play continues. Stewart with the effort off the crossbar. Well, quickly taken, catching almost everyone off guard.
The ball being played over the defense for Harris Stewart. First time shot off the bar. I think this is the only chance Young Lions have created so far. They came close to scoring as well.
He does have 2 goals this season, Harris Stewart. Scored against Tanjung Pagar, but also scored against Hougang United in that 2-1 win.
Well, under the previous coach, Felipe Ao, I think he was instructed to join the attack so much more, to be a box-to-box number 8. And of course, you know, when you are in the box more, you are in a better position to score those goals, and I think he should be in a good position to add on to it if he continues playing the way he does.
So a bit of a warning there for Tampines Rovers. And a lot of control, a lot of dominance. The young Lions just showing that Tampines still need to be switched on in those situations, capable of finding a pass forward and hurting them. Ballister Khalsa have taken the lead against DPMM. Shuhei Hoshino getting on the score sheet. That game between two more evenly matched sides. Nakamura to Yase. Maskan Kobayashi having to do quite a lot of work defensively as well. Fan Najib. Good bit of play. Releases Yasser. Might just be too much for Yasser Hanafi though.
Well, Yase 10 years ago would have gotten that, but not Yase of 2023. Very good work from Irfan Najib individually to get into that position. Just that final pass was overcooked. Now, young Lions must find a better solution going forward from a goal kick. I think 90-95% of the time has been they have lost the ball back to Tampines Rovers and they are not in position to defend.
Well, it's incredibly predictable, isn't it? As you see Kan Kobayashi going down here. It's a short pass out and then a long pass forward.
Yeah. And you don't have that play up front like Jordan to hold on to the ball, to wait for support to come. And you need to find different solutions now, not to do the same thing over and over again, because it's clearly not working.
Skopitovic, great work. Such good balance for a big man. Lovely ball played into the path of Forrest Rumley. That's left for Nakamura. I know he can hit them. He's got a sweet left foot. There's a real threat with his effort there, going just over.
A good awareness. We haven't seen this body stun in a long while. And a good cross as well to the running path. Just a little too much in there. 1v1 situation from Faris Ramli. I think Yasir Hanafi knew exactly where his number 10 was. Just rolled the ball in, let it go. Just rocked the post behind.
Kyoga Nakamura making his 93rd appearance in all competitions for Tampines. It's his 97th in the SPL overall. Remember, he was with Albrechts Niigata before moving to Tampines Rovers. 23 appearances for Albrechts. This one is 74th in the SPL for Tampines. And his 13 appearances against Young Lions, he has never lost. He's won them all, actually. This one is appearance number 14 against this particular opposition. Here he is. Kobayashi. Seems like that lack of quality is affecting him as well. Malays going through the side at the moment.
A difficult time for the whole squad, especially the technical team, to try to boost the confidence of everyone in the team. That little pass, that little control. If you get it right, you get it right. And when things are not going for you, there's nothing in the world that can help you as well.
Ilhan. The approach was decent, where they worked it out onto the right. Any comment on that?
Well,
You're hanging your head after that cross.
Well, he's not much of a crosser, unlike his father. That's all I can say.
Is that more of what you want to see from the young lads? Not the end product with the cross, of course you want to see better quality with that, but in terms of the approach, at least there was a bit more of an idea, a bit more patience,
A
working
bit
the
more
ball
patience, a
forward.
bit more control, or rather quality in their control, their passes, and again not rushing it forward, not just punting it to Shahadat to give him the responsibility to hold on to the ball, which is not really fantastic at. Right, sometimes that when your team is facing these psychological issues, you just have to keep it simple. You don't really need to try the deep cross or try a long shot. Just to pass the ball around, gain some confidence, get more time on the ball, possess the ball a little more, and just be in good position.
And I think one of the criticisms would be that even the simple things are difficult for the young Lions at the moment. That's a strong challenge from Irfan Najib. A clean one, said the referee initially, but he's decided to bring it back.
One pretty cleanly from Jared. The follow through. Oh, wow. I'm pretty surprised that he was let off without any cards.
It's one of those as a player, because you've got a touch on the ball, you say, I got the ball, ref, without realizing that you've actually gone through the back of the player to get it.
I mean, even if he didn't get anything on the ball, he would definitely protest as well. But you would know.
That's just what it's like as a professional player and as a coach as well.
Yeah. You know, sometimes you just have to be there up in the referee's area where, oh no, just protest this, protest that, and somehow maybe that will influence future decisions as well.
And use everything
Yeah.
that you can. Try and get an advantage. Then Quay attempting to just play it into Yasser, I think. I just mentioned something that you brought up earlier. Aside from Tampines scoring that early goal and the control that they've shown, they haven't really looked very dangerous in terms of creating those clear-cut opportunities.
They're playing very dangerously in terms of playing in front of Young Lions' defense, but to penetrate and create that higher quality chance that they have created. I mean, they have had 8 shots on goal. I can't really remember exactly how many is on target, but you know, the quality is not. They are not incisive enough.
And Quay to Joel Chew. Slatkovic. Nakamura. That one effort going just over. Askan Kobayashi. Shahadat. It's a wild swing and a miss by Harris Stewart. Just the 2 shots on target so far for Tampines Rovers, 8 overall, as you mentioned, Hide.
I think Tampines has to up the speed and tempo the moment they hit their attacking third, and at the same time not try to overplay too much in front of the defense of Young Lions. But as it is, Young Lions are having a lot of trouble defending against them, and they need to cut out their pass number 5 or pass number 6 to just be fast enough to penetrate through Young Lions' defense.
Referring to that shift in the tempo.
Yeah.
It's quickening the pace in the key attacking areas. Raul. Nicely done. Reverse ball into Harris Stewart.
And those are the type of passes you have to get it right. You're not so much under pressure. You have options up front with I think Rahul Suhaimi making that run.
It's just incredibly frustrating, isn't it, for the players and also for the coaching staff looking on.
You know, when you want to be out of your position with Rahul making that run, that pass has to be right. If not, Rahul has to run back 40 meters.
Forrest with the low cross. Kieran Teo still with the interception. Irfan. Just want to throw in. Quay. Shah. Kapitovic. Nakamura. Is he taken out? No, referee says clean challenge from Shahadat. He conjure up something in this transition here. Ilhan Noor's done very well. Good strong play. Nice bit of work. They take it past Latkovic. That's taken quickly by Gallagher. Out to Rahul. Diagonal from Jun Kobayashi. Slightly undercooked. Veer found a chance to nip in.
There's no link player as well for Young Lions at this point of time. The central midfielders are pretty flat. You know, there's no one playing off Shahadat, and you can't really have that link play happening because your central midfielders are pretty much in a position where you can't play the ball forward. And that's tough for Young Lions because you can't play the ball forward. You have to play to the sides, and again, when you lose the ball by just passing the ball straight to Tampines Rovers, you get yourself in a transition position again.
Would it be worth now sort of swapping positions between Harris Stewart and Kan Kobayashi? Because it seems like Kan Kobayashi is sitting in central midfield. There he goes, along with Gallagher, easily getting beaten in those positions. And it's Harris Stewart is actually the more advanced of the three in central midfield.
Yeah, I think
Kapitovic will come back to that. Forrest! Oh, that was a big chance. A player of his quality completely mistiming his effort.
a cheeky smile from Faris Ramli, knowing that he has missed a big chance to extend the lead. Boris Kopitovic finding his right winger. It's just a little too much in the terms in the touch from Faris Ramli, just trying to guide the ball back to the right side of Aizil.
5 goals this season for Faris Ramli, but he hasn't scored in his last 4 appearances for Tampines.
He should be looking at a big chance to extend or to score a goal at least today, with Young Lions not in a good position and also not in good form as well.
Just the minimum of 1 minute to be added on. Glenn Quay driving inside again, just too comfortable for Tampines in possession. There's Joel Chu, bend it towards that top corner, decent effort. Still looking for his first goal of this campaign, Joel Chu. So Glenn Quay has stayed down.
Good driving, right? And this is what you get from a winger. Right? A lot of 1v1s, and that's where you draw players in. From that loose ball, Joel Chu trying to bend it in think that's what you expect from somebody who's playing, or rather somebody's in that position. He's cutting back to his right foot and trying to score and whip it in across.
Seems to have hurt his knee. He's getting some treatment to that left knee. Inside, there was a late challenge that was put in on him by Ilhan Noor. And the referee allowing play to continue.
Well, every time a player goes down and they hold on to their knee, you don't really want to see that situation all the time, especially with a lot of the ACLs happening. I think the latest one was Huzaifa in Jalan Besar as well.
He's been unlucky over the course of his career. He's had a few of those knee issues, knee injuries. Huzaifa. Well, it's half-time here at our Tampines Hub. Referee Clarence Liao has seen enough of this first 45. We've heard from Hide Kamis and his thoughts on what Tampines need to do a little bit more of in attack. Try and quicken the tempo and the pace of those attacking moves for the young Lions. Just looking to try and find a bit more of a connection in possession, get a few ideas together and see if they can cause some problems for Tampines Rovers in the second half. But at this point in time, it's Boris Kripitovic, the difference maker, scoring the second minute of the match to give Tampines Rovers the lead. Tampines Rovers 1, the Young Lions 0. We'll go for a quick break, come back with some highlights. Welcome back to our Tampines Hub. Tampines Rovers leading by a goal to nil. Boris Kapitovic scoring in the second minute of this match. We'll have a look at those numbers here. Not really surprising.
Yeah, not really surprising to a possession as well. The number of chances created, but again, you know, for Tampines to score more goals, you need to hit the target, and that's where Tampines now is really lacking.
Well, let's have a look at some of the highlights from that first half. Tampines Rovers with the opener here. 2 minutes in. Advantage played by the referee, Joel Chu, whipping it into the box for Kapitovic to put that away for his 9th goal of the season.
A fantastic piece of play from Joel Chu. Just a flick to the path of Boris, and 1v1 with the goalkeeper. You can see here just a small touch forward, just letting the ball roll. Second touch, back of the net.
And 69th SPL career goal, his 74th SPL match for Tampines Rovers. He's been an absolute goal machine. 35 last season from 28 appearances, 9 for the campaign now. 4 in his last 3 as well. Rich run of goal scoring form. This was the first opportunity for the Young Lions. Just 4 minutes after that opener by Kapitovic. Fairuz Fazli with the attempt at the near post, easily saved by Shazwan.
I think it's
Ilhan Noor rather.
A good play between the two strikers and winger. I think second chance now for Young Lions. Ball played across, or rather over the defense for Harry Stewart, left foot. And again, this is the only 2 chances that Young Lions have had in the first half.
And that was quickly taken. There was a foul in midfield. And Kobayashi playing it quickly forward for Harry Stewart, coming off the crossbar. As you mentioned, the only real opportunity that they had in the first half. Then Kapitovic here, powerful play in midfield to turn past 3 Young Lions defenders. Faris setting it up for Nakamura. It's effort going just over.
A lot of times where you see Nakamura arriving later, the later part of the play, just outside the box for the setup, straight to his left foot. Ball just didn't go down or deep enough for the shot on target.
Another opportunity for Tampines in the stroke of half time, and this one Faris Ramli should have put away, or at least gotten a better connection on.
Yeah, I think Faris would definitely be disappointed with this effort. Just roll off his inside of his foot for a goal kick.
There's another match going on this evening as well, and that is Balisa Khalsa against Brunei DPMM. That is also 1-0 to the home side at half-time. And we've got highlights from that game. Link-up play there between Ho Wai Lun, Shui Hoshino, and then Hoshino pouncing on this rebound. Calmly done, that's a good finish. Lots of yellow shirts in front of him.
He was calm enough to just control it to his left side, being aware of exactly where, or rather which part of the goal is free from anyone defending it. Slot the ball on the right hand side.
1-0 here, 1-0 over at Bishan Stadium, and Bishan Stadium will be involved tomorrow as well as the Lion City Sailors take on Elbrex Niigata. Coverage of that beginning from 5:30 p.m. There is a studio show in the build-up to that. Join Colette Wong and Shasi Kumar. And then Geylang International will be welcoming Tanjung Pagar United here at our Tampines Hub. Coverage of that from 5:50 p.m. We'll go away for another break, and when we come back, it's the second half between Tampines Rovers and Young Lions. And welcome back to our Tampines Hub. Tampines Rovers 1, Young Lions 0. Boris Kapitovic with his 9th goal of the season, scoring the 2nd minute of this match to give the home side the lead. Young Lions have responded with a change at half-time. Just wait to get confirmation of that, but it appears that Ryu Hardy has come on to replace Shahadat Masnawi. Ryu Hardy, the 18-year-old central midfielder, making just his 2nd appearance of the campaign. Played 7 times for the Young Lions last season. Someone who is very steady on the ball, nice and composed. Hide.
Yeah, I think he definitely will bring a little more possession to and control in midfield for Young Lions. But I think if that change as well, I think maybe Kan Kobayashi will be forced to play a false 9, and more intricate in their play, not just punting the ball forward, and hopefully be in a better position to add more control in midfield and directly affect the way they play in the 2nd half.
Let's see what they've got on their sleeves for this 2nd. As they mentioned, perhaps a bit of a tactical shift up front for them. And it's great to see quite a number of fans out here at our Tampines Hub. I think they'll have been pretty pleased with the quality on display from Tampines Rovers. Not too much in the way of clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities, perhaps, but some of the play was pretty sublime at times.
Yeah, that's what you get with Kyoga, Yase, Joel Chu, and also Boris Kopitovic up front. A lot of interplay, a lot of movement as well.
Around the way, Tampines looking for a bright start to the 2nd half. Forrest Rumley wriggling his way past a few Young Lions defenders, heading towards the byline. Just couldn't get the cut back into a yellow shirt. Tampines Rovers in the yellow and black, going from right to left on your screens. Is the confirmation of that change. Ryu Hardy on for Shahadat Masnawi. They had a 1st half to forget. Yes, Glenn Quay. Decent pass into Nakamura, but the angle was always against him.
Well, a bit of show of intent from Tampines Rovers, starting quickly and aggressively, 35 seconds into the game, having a shot, even though off target. I think always a dangerous position to be in whenever they are in the box.
And it's given away. Yes, Forrest into the area. Played away by Kieran Teo. Out to Glenn Quay. Well, once more, Hide, it's that short pass out from the back and then no ideas as to how to progress it.
Yeah, I think it's the timing of the movement in midfield as well. There wasn't a lot of movement, and if there is, the timing wasn't the right one, which allowed Tampines Rovers to be in a better position to defend those build-ups. Again, Young Lions are killing themselves with those decisions, those passes. Of course, you would not want them to just hit the ball up forward, but again, if they lose the ball up there, it's so much better than losing the ball right in front of their own penalty box. Well, it looks like Harry Stewart is playing a false 9, being forced to play as a striker now.
Yeah, he's being pushed forward there. He's got no real focal point or a natural outlet up front. He's having to do a job for the team. Here is Forrest Rumley. Nice bit of acceleration. The ball into the box. Only really had Kapitovic to try and hit at the near post. Didn't have a runner towards the back stick. Here is Yase.
I think normal play has resumed for Young Lions and also Tampines Rovers. A lot of possession again from Tampines, especially in the first 2 minutes, trying to carve out openings. And let's see whether there is a kick in a gear up the moment they hit their attacking third for the 2nd half.
Tampines have kept clean sheets in the last 3 matches against the Young Lions. It's now scored 12. Stroll Chu has that effort. It's gone well wide. Keeping a clean sheet in the last 4 now, at the moment, as things stand anyway.
Well, similar effort here from Joel Chu, back to his right foot. Wanted to go to the far post again, just off cue.
Another punt up the field. Another one easily picked out by Zlatkovic. That's Jun Kobayashi. Ryu Hadi. Play on by Kan Kobayashi. Yamashita in there to take it away from Harris Stewart.
I think this is where also Tampines should look at where they're gonna get more goals scored and to improve their goal difference. And you see Alvarez having a big amount of goal difference, a huge positive there for them. And you are playing a very wounded Young Lions team. You should be able to, or rather you should look at the opportunity to get that plus as much as possible.
Yeah, that's right. Albrecht's Nigata actually 14 goals ahead coming into this one. Now 13 ahead. Tampines scoring that goal here. It's a good point that you make. Well, speaking of goals, there's been one at Bishan. Hakimi scoring the equalizer for DPMM. What a player he's been for them.
Fantastic young player for DPMM this season, especially in a team where there are a lot of old legs.
There's Elijah Lim. Tampines, perhaps just undermanned for the moment. That hold up has allowed them to get players back into defensive shape. Ryu Hardy's shot is easily blocked by Shah. It's going to be a free kick for the away side.
Big call from the referee, Clarence Liao. Yase not looking too happy over there. I think second look at it, definitely Faris pulled Rio Hardy back for the free kick.
It's quite a bit of a distance out. We've got Elijah Lim and Kan Kobayashi. It's going to be left to Kobayashi. Goes for the chip towards the far post. It's dealt with by Zlatkovic.
The first corner kick as well for Young Lions this match.
Just taking their time with it. And they get good quality into the area.
Well, it's weird now. You have 2 players on the ball, but both of them are right-footers. Definitely, if you're Tampines Rovers, you're not gonna get Elijah putting the ball back into the penalty box.
And floated in by Kobayashi. And we just spoke about quality of delivery coming in. When you're the side who've not seen much of the ball, when you've been under pressure, those are the moments you really need to try and make count, those set-piece situations. Well, Belastev gone ahead. Daniel Goh having a brilliant season for Ballister Khalsa. He's put them 2-1 up.
Well, coming back to the corner kick again. Like if you're Tampines Rovers, you have 3 choices to defend. You defend an in-swinging, you defend an out-swinger, and also defend a short corner. But knowing Elijah is there, the option of in-swinging is totally out. So now you just have to prepare for 2.
Now, how does that change your setup in your set-piece analysis on the defensive side of things, whether you're expecting an in-swinging corner or an out-swinging one?
It's the way you position yourself, and also the few steps that you take. Now, if you're in swinging, maybe you're going to defend a little lower, closer to the penalty box, or rather closer to the goal line. But you know that it's going to be out-swing. You know you can have that 1 step or 1.5 step going off forward. And you know that if there's any opportunities for a short corner, that player, the second player, to go out and defend to make it a 2v2 would be an option as well.
Shah Shahiran, adjudged to have been fouled by Gallagher. Expert insight and analysis from Hide Kamis, head coach in the SPL. Here's Kupitovic. Glenn Quay links up with Yase Hanapi. It's driven into the 6-yard box. Not a bad idea. But he was well positioned there, Jun Kobayashi. Harris is having to battle and scrap to try and hold on to possession for his side. Has won the throw-in for them. Shah. Petrovic into Nakamura. Here's Shah. There's a shot. And I think the moment he hit that, he knew it was going to be a comfortable save for Aizil.
I think pretty tame shot from Shah Shahiran here, 1v1 situation. Good run from Yasir to just take the ball off the defenders. Not in a position to shoot, definitely, from Shah Shahiran.
And Shah, the 23-year-old Singapore international midfielder. Spent a couple of seasons with the Young Lions. He's come back to Tampines Rovers. His 5th campaign with the Stags at the senior level. Made his debut for them back in 2018. There's Ilhano. Early cross. It's a good low one. Comes out to Ryu Hadi. Needs that composure. And shoots it straight at Shazwan. The release as Faris. Game just opening up now. The tackle from Fairoz, really well timed.
But you got to give credit and just take the play back. You can see here the fantastic cross from Ilhan. That's where the dangerous area is. Good pace to it as well. Ball fell straight to Rio Hardy. Just decided to go to the near post rather than the far post.
Now, it's so important that Irfan Najib was switched on as well to just track that run into the area to make a challenge. And speaking of challenges, here's why Joel Chu is still on the turf.
Well, difficult to see even after second viewing. It looked like I think Fairuz was the one who made the tackle, and definitely he got both man and ball.
There's going to be another change for the Young Lions coming up, and Ilhan Noor is going to be coming off to be replaced by Andrew Au.
Substitution for Young Lions, number 20, Ilhan Noor, replaced by number 29, Andrew Au.
The Tampines Rovers, Andrew Au, now with the Young Lions. There's Glenn Quay. A bit of work from Andrew Au. Nice footwork, get away from pressure. There's Ryu Hadi. Great ball. Switching the angle of attack. Elijah Lim. Needs to cut back. That's what he was going for, but Irfan was there once again.
Look at this ball here from the young boy, Rio Hardy. Straight away beat the midfield line. Good run from Elijah. Quality of the cutback just fell a little short for Kobayashi. Get to the end of it. The first real quality play from Young Lions in the second half.
A bit of dancing going on as well. That's flicked on at the near post.
Well, let's hope Young Lions will be dancing after the game.
Not a bad way to spend your evening. Well, Kapitovic has been set free. Can he put this away? No, he cannot. Good save by Aizil. And he'll be disappointed with himself, Boris Kapitovic. All the time in the world. Great position to be in, and he couldn't find a solution.
Big ball through from Joel Chiu. Again, perfectly weighted, just had to pick his spot. But he decided to pick Aizil's frame of goal instead.
Well, credit to Aizil, I mean, he did what he could do in that situation.
Yeah.
Came out, tried to wait as long as he could before committing, spread himself well to make that save. But in those situations, you normally back a striker or a player like Kapitovic to put those chances away. Another opportunity from this corner. Punched away by Aizil. It's Joel Chiu. Gets it back from Shah. To Balisakalsa. Sahiro Sugita getting the third for the Tigers. Going in control of that match, Balestier. Feet from Joel Chiu. Get himself out of trouble. Shah. Let's put Yamashita in a little bit of trouble. Hand goes up for the apology. Irfan Najib. Goes from right to left. Full back to full back. Another corner for Tampines.
When you look at Tampines here, the moment they get on the right-hand side, straight away they're going to try to move Young Lions again by playing the ball across diagonally to the left. And so it's always about shifting your opponents right and left and tire them out and find those solutions, find those spaces in between again.
Now say Aizil almost misjudging the flight of it, getting caught underneath that delivery. Stumped forward by Chun Kobayashi. Tampines ramping up the pressure again.
But again, nothing really is coming out of it. You know, they are getting into the attacking third, but they're not beating the last line of defense, and there's no real chance being created as well.
Gavin Lee and Fadzal Hasni Jurami looking on from the touchline. Gavin Lee has faced off against the Young Lions on 10 occasions. He has won all of them. The only side that he's featured against or played against more than once that he actually has a 100% record.
Tampines has few players that can come in to change the game as well. I think the first 60 minutes was a lot of combination plays, intricate plays, trying to play or rather overplay sometimes the young Lions defenses. But sometimes you have to be a bit more direct. And I think if you look at the bench, Taufik Suparno will be a fantastic sub in to have, because he's direct, he runs at you, and then he can score goals as well. Much more than Joel too.
You're in a situation where you're talking about the different profiles of the player. Joel perhaps gives you a bit more control in possession. As far as Ramli, good work, cut back to Yasser. Another huge save from Aizil. They're scrambling to get this clear. Eventually they do via Kobayashi. Jun Kobayashi, I should mention. And Taufik, as you were talking about, with that more direct approach. Let's have another look at this, Hide.
The ball diagonally across. Good first touch from Faris Ramli. Fantastic footwork. Again, this cutback here. I think Rio Hardy should have been aware that, Yasser was stepping back, creating that space for himself, and he should have been there to defend. Or even the centre-back should just come forward to be in a better position to defend against Yasser Hanapi.
Well, it looks like Raul Suhaimi has just gone down. He went down after Faris had skipped past him. Have to wait and see if he's going to be fit enough to continue. A 17-year-old Raul Suhaimi feels like he's been around a long time. Here's another look at this. See if you can spot anything in it.
Oh,
might have just been a knock, a bit of contact as he went into that challenge. His right foot connecting with Faris.
I think it was after that. I think there was a little movement on his right ankle.
He seemed to be applying the magic spray to the calf.
Miraculously, it will be gone at the moment you spray it.
Forget all your troubles until
after the
end of the game, when everything starts to cool down. Yeah, it's even worse when you wake up the next day. A couple of changes being prepared here. We have Harith Kanadi and Akil Yazid, brother of Aizil Yazid, about to come on. And perhaps they aren't going to take that risk with Raul Suhaimi. He made his debut, Raul Suhaimi, as a 15-year-old, didn't he, for the Young Lions? And at that point, there was quite a bit of talk about younger players should be given their debut so early on.
We've had a fair share this season as well with the Lion City player Nathan Mao.
That's right.
I think after that he was given an opportunity to start as well. And I think we have to really be careful of these young players, introducing them too early. And injuries is a big part of the game as well. They are still a young boy. Their body composition is still not as an adult, so the physical demands are totally different. And injuries may come in if you are putting them in too much too soon.
Here's Irfan Najib. Joel Chu coming up on the right-hand side for the moment. Shah. Joel with the space to send the cross in, and it's actually a decent ball. Didn't have anyone gambling to get on the end of that.
A big clap from Yasser Hanapi as well, realizing the quality of the cross is being sent in by Joel.
Those changes being made now for Young Lions.
Substitution for the Young Lions, number 22,
Elijah Lim is going to be coming off to be replaced by Harith Kanadi. And the other change will be number 2, Raul Suhaimi.
Number 34.
He's been replaced by number 34, Akil Yazid. And it just looks like Akil has moved out to right back. A bit of a shift there. Harith Kanadi is playing in left midfield in Elijah's position. You'll probably just see Fairuz Hide moving out onto that left-hand side of the back four.
Yeah, I think Fairuz would be a better choice in terms of the body position, in terms of the ability on the ball as well. I think Akil will be more awkward at the position he's going to be playing in if he plays at the left side.
There's Joel Chu. Again, just taking the cross early this time around. Not as good as the delivery you put in just earlier.
Maybe it was a misplaced cross. It became a shot in the end, and I think Aizil had to parry the ball away.
Tampines now getting ready to make a couple of changes of their own. Yase goes deep once more. Here the far poles from Zlatkovic. He's still looking for his first goal of the season.
Well, Zlatkovic, if you look at the replay, I think Kieran just left his position and not really putting in enough physical pressure with Zlatkovic.
Now those changes happening now for Tampines Rovers. Glenn Quay and Joel Chu both coming off. Ryan Sanizal will be replacing Glenn Quay. And Saifullah Akbar is going to be replacing Joel Chu.
Oh, interesting substitution. I think again you're still having more like-for-like change in terms of characteristics of players, in terms of Saifullah and Joel Chu. Not really a penetrative player or direct player like Taufik Suparno. And at this point of time, I think maybe Zlatkovic is the one playing as a wing back in place of Glenn Quay.
That's an interesting one. Zlatkovic does have the ability to play in that position. There he is, cutting out another pass. Nakamura. Irfan just about gets away with that. And Forrest has run into a bit of trouble, but Kapitovic is there. And Zlatkovic is pushed on, puts a good cross in. Saifullah looking for the overhead kick. It's it completely wrong.
Oh, what a introduction and first touch that would have been.
Yase into Kapitovic. Some real last-ditch defending going on here by the Young Lions. Tampines getting closer and closer to that second goal. As far as Ramley with the header in the end. Not enough power, one direction on it.
A more clear-cut chances being created by Tampines Rovers. Coming closer now with the header by Faris Ramley.
Bayashi under pressure, gives it away. Nakamura. Shah with the curling effort off the outside of the post.
And again came from a mistake from Young Lions. Misplaced pass, misplaced control, not being able to hold on to the ball with better quality. Ball fell straight to Shah after a pass from Nakamura. Saved by the post again.
Yeah, Saifullah, shot is blocked. Faris decided to let it go out for a corner. Shah Shahiran, the last time he scored in the league, it was for the Young Lions on the 8th of October last season in a 4-all draw against Pallister Khalsa. Saifullah, who's made quite a good impact since his introduction. There's the header from Ryan. And it's a difficult one for Ryan Sanizal as well, who played a lot of football with Tampines Rovers last season. See this effort going just wide. He did.
Yeah, I think for him, the introduction of, or rather the signing of Zlatkovic changed a lot of things for himself. Now being preferred over him, and I think now he has to be in a position where he learns from the bench, and every time he's needed to make that change, to show up defenses, he's being called on and he's being able to do it.
Here's Harith Ghanade with Irfan to beat. And the side's against taking him on, but he was given that space to actually have a shot at goal, and he accepted the invitation.
I think this is the big issue here in the SPL, especially in a 1v1 situation where you are giving the attacker a big advantage, like what you've seen over here. I think Harith should have done better with his shot, because he has time, he has that space to choose and pick what he wants to do, not even on target.
There's that reluctance at times to go and close down, and more concerned about protecting the spaces in behind instead of addressing the issue in front of them.
I think the more you put yourself in a good distance away from your attacker, they can't play the ball forward. They can't shoot. They can't really do anything much. They have to take you on a run. They have to dribble past you, or they turn and play back to their teammate behind.
Well, Hakimi Syed scoring again for DPMM, 3-2. Nakamura poked onto Irfan. Shot is blocked by Fairoz. It's Ryan Sanizal, but his minutes have gone down significantly. The last time he played for Tampines this season was on the 9th of March against the Young Lions in that 3-0 win. And prior to his appearance here, he's only featured for 80 minutes of the season. He played 1,892 minutes for Tampines Rovers last year, making 25 appearances for them overall. Got some work to do here. Yamashita is full of focus. He blocks that effort from Kan Kobayashi.
What a situation young Lions, or rather Kan Kobayashi, got himself into, and again, you don't really have a lot of that in the game. You have to make it count. You have to trouble the goalkeeper. You're in a situation where you are just facing your 1v1 situation. Again, you have to make sure that you trouble the goalkeeper. You can't score any goals if you're not putting it in the frame of the goal. To forget that Ryan Sanizal is only 20 years old.
That's right.
He has played a lot of minutes the last few seasons, and again, if you have to manage the loads that you're going to be putting on a young player, it's a good time now to just let him have that break, in the sense where you're not going to be playing week in, week out, and improve yourself in maybe in under 21 situations where matches are more for him to learn and to be successful in things. And maybe when he comes up to play in the SPL team, he has more confidence and he can do so much better.
Yeah, and I think from his perspective, though, it's the fact that he's played so much football for Tampines last season. It sort of as well got him noticed, a chance with the Singapore international side. He's gone down after winning the header, and there's a break on for the Young Lions. Harith. How important was that touch from Zlatkovic? But should Harith have done better with his attempt at a pass?
Yeah, definitely. let's see what happens here in the replay. Ryan Sunny just didn't really catch the ball cleanly. Or rather 1v2 situation over here. Fantastic defending, covered the angles really well, time it in a position where he couldn't take that shot and also make that pass at the same time. Credit to Zlatkovic. Two big chances for Young Lions in as many minutes.
Stewart launching it into the box, is headed on by Jun Kobayashi. Hurried! Makes a complete mess of that. Again. That's actually a pretty good opportunity. He didn't really have too many bodies closing him down.
You can't really point to the fact that, oh, he's left-footed, you know, you can't really do anything with his right foot. I mean, he's as close to being a professional footballer when he ends his national service. So, you know, you still have to do the basics, right foot, left foot. You have to be able to do those things.
Well, for all of this dominance from Tampines Rovers, and there's Taufik Suparno getting a few instructions from Mr. Fitch, but for all of Tampines' dominance, for all the chances they've created, they still haven't put this away. And at 1-0, Young Lions just need that one opportunity, that one moment of quality.
And it looks like it's coming as well. You know, we had a few chances last 3 minutes. Some, you know, the final pass that was needed. You can see 23 shots.
Well, right on cue, talking about dominance, 23 shots to 6, and yet it's still just 1-0.
Yeah.
So if you're a Young Lions player, that gives you something to work towards.
Yeah. And you have 10 minutes to do so. It's ample time for you to do it. And if Tampines is missing shots, not converting their chances, you know, you're always in there, and you're always in it right to the very end.
Well, the last time the Young Lions actually scored against Tampines was on the 17th of July last year. Abdul Razak and Zico Stroa, the goal scorers that evening. A 5-2 defeat for the Young Lions against Tampines Rovers. It's Kieran Teo. Good play from him. Continues his run forward. Gallagher. Harriet on his right foot again. Gets a much better connection this time. Or actually gets a connection on it this time.
That's what he wanted in the previous chance. Ball onto his right side. I think it's just a wild swing from Harith Kanadi. I think that's the sub I actually was looking out for.
It's Faris Ramli who's going to be coming off to be replaced by Taufik Suparno.
Pretty quiet in terms of having a lot of influence in the game for Faris Ramli today.
Had that big chance in the first half, towards the end of the first half.
I wouldn't be too happy with the performance today as well.
Now, Taufik Suparno has got 2 goals this season, and one of them coming against the Young Lions in that 3-0 win in March. And the second goal was also scored in March against the Lion City Sailors in a 4-3 win for Tampines Rovers. Making his 11th appearance now, Taufik Suparno, but just the 3 starts for the campaign so far. And he was a regular in the starting 11 for them last season's campaign. Here he is, going to try and make an impact. And he's almost gone back into that sort of super sub role.
Yeah, I think for him it would be disappointing, you know, knocking on national team's door as well.
That's right.
Yep. And suddenly you're back in a position where you don't want to be. You were providing a lot of consistency in terms of goal returns as well.
12 goals last season,
yeah.
That's right.
And again, you have to somehow just put your head on the ground, work really hard, and at the same time when you are given the opportunity, you have to make it count. there are not a lot of layers in how Tampines is being set up now. A lot of changes, and there are a lot of transitions that Young Lions have won, and then straight away they are going into an attacking position, and that's where I think Tampines now has to be really careful with Kyoga and also Shah Shahiran in terms of where they position themselves now in both attack and defense.
There's Yase dropping deep for the moment. Perhaps we'll see a few risks being taken by Shah and Nakamura in terms of progressing up the pitch. Here's Nakamura. Frontage being played by the referee, Irfan. Cleared away by Jun Kobayashi. There's Irfan Najib. Saifullah, you can see the intent behind that. Just wanted to touch it first time into the path of Taufik. Couldn't quite pull it off. Irfan Najib again. Quite a bit of a ball down the right hand side. Yasir. Nakamura. To Irfan.
Again, the quality of the ball, and at the same time, the numbers that has to be put in the box to be a threat.
There's going to be a change here. 4 Young Lions, Shafi Nur Hilman is going to be coming on for Fairouz Fazli. Shafi is making just his second appearance of the campaign. He's only played 7 minutes prior to coming on here.
There wasn't any intention of winning the ball from Saifullah. I think with him as well, I think last year, big opportunity in Lions City Sailors in terms of minutes, and then when this season, a lot of times where he's starting off the bench, or rather coming in off the bench, and you know, maybe 10-15 minutes per game at this point of time.
And swung in, lovely delivery. Jun Kobayashi getting his head on the end of that, and then Shazwan, massive save, flying across to keep that out.
A fantastic free kick, and then the head of Kobayashi, and then suddenly out of nowhere you see the hands of Shazwan just parrying it away for a corner kick.
Yeah, he's annoyed with himself. Being really critical of it. Perhaps you'll say should have tried to hit the corners. That's being hypercritical. Another delivery from Kan Kobayashi this time. Comfortable for Shazwan. The warning signs are there. That's good work by Taufik. Chasing down Shafi and putting the ball for his side.
Good work here from Tampines Hub. I think that's what you get in terms of him defending as well. A lot of work rate, high work rate, and at the same time it gives you that directness up front.
There's Irfan. Fuller lets it run. No one else reading his intentions with a dummy. It's Nakamura. Saifullah. Kapitovic. Taufik. Shafi for company. That's his job there, Shafi. Forces Taufik to go back to Irfan Najib. Yasser. Shah. Touched on by Saifullah. Again, finding a teammate. That's pushed forward by Riu Hadi. Just being encouraged here, the young Lions, to push up a little bit higher in the closing stages of this match. Rio. Now Harris Stewart, who is not a natural finisher at all. Going to have to do a job up front. I see the technique was all wrong there.
Yeah, I think nice ball being played for him. Maybe could have had another touch just to set himself up a little nicer.
Well, at the moment, Tampines Rovers are headed towards 4 clean sheets in a row against the Young Lions.
The fourth official has indicated 3 minutes added time.
I think the substitute.
Minimum of 3 minutes to be added on. It's gone down here. Shafi. So he's clutching his hamstring. Let's have another look at that. A challenge with Taufik. He kind of just went down on his own here, Shafi.
Yeah, I think the left boot is maybe got stuck on the artificial pitch as well.
Here's Ryan. Zlatkovic. Ryan Sanizal just sending it upfield. Not really that bad. The fact that they've gained all that territory. And push up against the Young Lions here. Stewart has gone down and gets a free kick.
Young Lions still right in it for the next minute or so.
Cross floated in by Harriet. Sent away by Zlatkovic. Picked up by Akil. Kobayashi. Zendrow. Annoyed with himself. His cross going out for a throw-in to the opposition. One more change for Tampines. Nice to see this game out. Had a bit of experience into the side as well. Yasser Hanapi comes off. Firdaus Kasman is going to be coming on.
Yasser Hanapi replaced by number 21, Firdaus Kasman.
35-year-old making his just his second appearance this season for Tampines Rovers. There's an issue there between Kapitovic and Akil.
sure what exactly happened there.
Kicked out. Kicked out at Kopitovic. Perhaps might have felt that Kopitovic just maybe landed on him.
Well, it looks like accidental. It didn't look like...
It did look like a natural football motion. It is being checked. And nothing in it. Well past the minimum of 3 minutes. Should be it anytime soon, really, for Tampines Rovers. Exactly where they want to be this late on. The young Lions not quite doing enough. The opportunities that they've had. Tampines Rovers hanging on at a slender lead. Be back-to-back wins for the Stags. I'll see this one out, which you'd expect them to, and they have. A 1-0 win for Tampines Rovers here. 4 clean sheets in the last 4 matches against the Young Lions. 11 straight wins in the last 11 against this opposition. Gavin Lee as well has won every time he's faced off against the Young Lions. So has Kyoga Nakamura. That 100% record continues. 14 matches for Nakamura. No defeats against the Young Lions. Kopitovic, the hero for Tampines on the night with his very early goal in the 2nd minute of the match, sending Tampines Rovers to the top of the table ahead of Albirex Niigata's game against Lion City Sailors tomorrow. And for tonight at our Tampines Hub, it's Tampines Rovers 1, Young Lions 0. Let's have a look at some of the highlights from this match then. And this one, Hide, in the 2nd minute of the game. Boris Kopitovic putting away his chance after being set up by Joel Chu, who picks up his 4th assist of the season.
Pretty much a very intense first minute of the game. Very technical side, or rather technical show of ability from Joel. Just being aware of what needed to be done. A flick to Boris, going to score his 9th goal of the season.
That's right, 9th goal of the season for Boris Kopitovic. 69th SPL career goal.
Again, good use of his body frame as well, not allowing the defender to go in front of him. But ball over the defense again for Harry Stewart. One of 2 chances that was created in the first half by Young Lions. Hit the crossbar, and I think that was pretty much what happened for Young Lions in the first half. Not being able to create, not being able to enter the attacking third as much as they wanted to.
Opportunities few and far between for Young Lions in the first half, but in the second, we had this one here. Ilhan Noor putting in good quality with his ball into the box there. Some really good defending from Irfan Najib, tracking the run of Elijah Lim, making sure that he was there to prevent a shot at goal.
Yeah, a good quality cross from Ilhan Noor. Irfan Najib threw his body on the line to not allow Young Lions, or rather Elijah specifically, not score. Opportunity wasted by Rio Hardy as well. A good opportunity for
Boris Kopitovic here, in behind that Young Lions defence, and you back him to score, put that away. But Aizil Yazid, to his credit, has come up with some really good saves this evening.
Especially in the second half.
That's right.
Yep. Did a pretty decent job in keeping Young, or rather Tampines, at bay. First touch, second touch forward, made himself big as possible. Another chance for Tampines Rovers.
Here, Shah was just looking to use that technique, trying to bend it in, inside of his boot. Made a decent enough connection with it, but it's come off the outside of the post.
Mistakes really happening too often for Young Lions, especially in the second half, allowing shots like this to happen.
That was in the 73rd minute. In the 87th minute, Kan Kobayashi onto Jun Kobayashi. forcing a big save from Shazwan in goal for Tampines Rovers.
And I think this came after a series of chances that fell for Young Lions. Harith Kanadi previously, and I think now for this header, for this free kick as well. Good save. Yeah, you have to give credit to Shazwan as well to keep that score in favour of Tampines Rovers.
Let's have a look at some of the numbers from the match. 23 shots for Tampines Rovers, 7 of those on target. Just 9 for the Young Lions and just 3 of those on target, Hide. I mean, it was a game in which Tampines Rovers were really the dominant side. But while it was still 1-0 and not taking the opportunities, Young Lions still had that bit of hope going on.
I think you have to give credit to Aizil, kept a few shots and saved a few shots as well. But you have to question Tampines Rovers up front. You have to be more clinical in front of goal. You have to score more goals to get closer to the goal difference that you need to have against Albrecht as well. And I don't think Gavin will be too happy. Of course, with the results, he'll be okay. But in terms of how his processes is, and he's always taking one game at a time, you have to make sure that now is the time for you to score those goals. We have to be more clinical, especially when you play against better teams.
Well, that's absolutely right. The goal difference thing that you bring up is a really good point. And speaking of goals, we had quite a few of those at Bishan Stadium. Balsa Khalsa eventually ending up 3-2 winners against Brunei DPMM. Shuhei Oshino getting just his 2nd goal of the season with this neat finish. And then DPMM would respond. Hakimi, have a look at some of the play from Hakimi here. Twisting and turning, gets a bit of a deflection on that effort, but it's a goal he deserves. He has been one of the bright sparks of the season for Brunei DPMM. That was the equaliser to make it 1-0. Shortly after, Daniel Goh break forward down the right-hand side and put this opportunity away, squeezing it in at the near post. And he is firing and full of confidence, Daniel Goh. And his 5th goal of the season. He'll go on to score their 3rd. Shortly after that as well, Taniguchi played in behind by Alan Koza. Yeah, he's setting it up for Sugita with that blonde hair now, Masahiro Sugita. And he puts it past the goalkeeper to make it 3-1. Balsa Khalsa then in control. DPMM will pull another one back. And it will again be Hakimi Said. Right time, right place to take advantage of that rebound falling into him. Balsa Khalsa though were able to hang on to secure the win and pick up the 3 points, which means they stay in 4th. And that gap between themselves and the Lion City Sailors is down to 2 now. Tampines Rovers go top of the table with that 1-0 win here. Albrecht's Niigata in action, remember, tomorrow against the Lion City Sailors, so the pressure is back on the White Swans. That's exactly what we have for you on the program tomorrow. Lion City Sailors against Albrecht's Niigata. The build-up from 5:30 p.m. with Colette Wong and Shashi Kumar. Join us for that. Geylang International also up against Tanjung Pagar United at our Tampines Hub. I hope you've enjoyed our coverage of this one. That's all for us from our Tampines Hub this evening. It finishes here. Tampines Rovers 1, Young Lions 0.